Listen, I get it. Getting monetized when you're just starting out with your channel can sometimes feel like an impossible task. I mean, needing 4,000 hours of watch time in 12 months is kind of a lot. That's literally 167 days worth of watch hours. And even if you get the required watch hours, you still have to get 1,000 subscribers. Overwhelmed much? Okay, take a break. I'm going to give you 7 essential pointers that will help get your channel monetized much faster. So let's get into it. Choose between shorts and long form. Gone are the days when you can post whatever you want on YouTube with no plan and have super success. These days, people's channels are their businesses. And like every business, you need a strategy. Now, when it comes to YouTube, there are 2 types of content that you can produce. You can produce shorts, which are short clips that are under 60 seconds, or you can produce long form videos. Now, one of the mistakes that newer YouTubers make is not having a clear and separate strategy for each form of content. Shorts are exploding in popularity right now and are a great way to get loads of views and potentially attract people to your channel. However, a lot of shorts lose relevance pretty quickly and generally have a much shorter lifespan. Long form videos, on the other hand, have the capability of keeping the viewer engaged for much longer periods of time and can continue to attract viewers for long periods of time, especially when the videos are high quality and provide great value. Now, I personally recommend that you put most or all of your efforts into one form of content, at least at the beginning. It's much easier to work with one strategy at a time rather than 2. Then, once your first form of content is well established and the views and subscribers are rolling in, you can begin to think about introducing the other form of content. 2, choose a niche. Now, this shouldn't be new to you. It's pretty popular advice, and for good reason. Viewers want to know what to expect when they come to your channel. So it's generally always a good idea to stay within a niche. But here are the 2 things that people usually don't mention when it comes to picking a niche that you should definitely think about. Firstly, when you're picking your niche, make sure it's a niche area where you are really knowledgeable or passionate. For example, you may have come across viral cleaning videos that are loved by cleaning freaks. Now imagine how off-putting it would be to watch someone cleaning a carpet and not doing it very well at all. As a cleaning freak myself, I know I probably wouldn't watch another video from that channel. And I think the same would apply to most topics: makeup, comedy, even food reviews. People want to see other people do things really well or really passionately. So don't base your channel around a niche that you know little about and that you have little passion for. Secondly, remember when I said that YouTube channels these days are businesses? Well, founders don't usually try to build businesses in areas that aren't already showing some potential, do they? And the same applies to choosing your niche. Yes, it might be appealing to do something completely new and try and grow a new niche to success, but that complete originality is really risky to try. And there's already a number of endless popular niches on YouTube where it's clear that there's a high chance of gaining viewers and getting subscribers with it. Think about those niches, and if you're passionate about any of them in any way, jump into those niches, because sometimes trying to reinvent the wheel just causes more hardship for ourselves than is necessary. 3, choose video ideas. Okay, so this one is very closely related to what I just said about niches, so I'll speed through it. After you pick your popular niche, you need to choose your video ideas, and you should aim to produce popular video ideas. Now, I know some of you are saying, but Greg, how do I know which video idea will be popular? 2 ways. Firstly, you can learn from experience just through trial and error. Post different types of content within your niche and see what resonates with your viewers the most. Or alternatively, I guess you could always just research your top competitors in your niche. Look at their highest viewed videos and think, what do these videos have in common? And then start to think about ways that you can emulate these videos. But remember to maintain some level of individuality to set you apart from the competition. 4, write high retention scripts. So let's say you've started a YouTube channel in a super popular niche and you're creating super popular video ideas, but your watch hours just aren't climbing as fast as you'd like. I can imagine you'd be asking yourself, what's going on? While pulling your hair out in frustration. I totally get it. And here's why that might be happening. It might be that while people are clicking on your video in the first place to watch it, many of those viewers may be leaving your videos just as quickly. In other words, you may have low retention videos, and that's never good. Here's what you can do about it. Firstly, go into your Google Analytics and check your audience retention graphs for each of your videos. This will allow you to see the points in your video where people are leaving. Check your video and try and see why people are leaving at those points. Have you maybe included too many ads there? Have you dragged out a conversation to the point where it's just become boring? Or maybe you have a segment within your video like a Q&A segment and your audience just isn't really relating to it. I'd also suggest you go back to your competitors' videos and see what they are doing differently. Maybe you've spaced out your sponsored ads every 3 minutes throughout your video, while they have all of their ads in one section in the middle. And maybe the audience in your niche just prefers that. Or maybe your competitors have a lot more audience engagement than you do. Figure out what works and ensure that your video scripts are written with retention in mind moving forwards. Because more retention equals more watch hours. 5, engage with your audience. Now, this is something that too many YouTubers don't take for granted or don't think about at all. And it really costs them when it comes to building their channel and getting monetized. It's simple. Viewers are more likely to subscribe to your channel and watch your videos until the end if they feel invested in you. And how can you make them feel invested in you? By investing in them. Engage with them personally. Reply to their comments. Create polls for them to engage with. Make them feel like their feedback matters to you. People are much more likely to support you if they feel like they have a positive relationship with you. So build that relationship with them. 6, optimize your videos. It's totally unacceptable in this day and age to not be actively optimizing your YouTube videos. It takes minimal effort and has huge rewards. If you're just getting started, here are 3 things you should always actively optimize. Firstly, the title and thumbnail. These are the only things viewers are going to see before they decide to watch your video, and it will either convince them to click on your video or not. So make sure your title is compelling and uses targeted keywords, and make sure that your thumbnail is custom made and attractive. Always remember that your title and thumbnail should give an accurate representation of the actual video. Because if they don't, that might lead to the low retention and therefore low hours problem that we were talking about earlier. Secondly, pay attention to your description. Write a detailed, keyword-rich description. It will help the YouTube algorithm promote your video to viewers who are actually interested in your kind of content, including things like timestamps and links. Also make your videos more engaging for viewers and easier to watch. And lastly, tags. For tags, you want to have a mix of broad tags and specific tags. So if you have a makeup tutorial video, for example, you might have broad tags like beauty and more specific tags like makeup and tutorial. Check out the tags that popular channels in your niche use to get an idea of what works best. The right tags will help YouTube promote your videos to the right viewers who can then subscribe and give you those watch hours that you need to get monetized. 7, analyze data. Now, I know that I've been mentioning this throughout the video, but this deserves its own point because it's just that important. YouTube is super generous in giving you loads of analytics on your videos, and it would be a crime not to use all of that data to improve your channel. We've talked about the retention analytics, but you'll also find data on who your viewers are, where they are, and how people are actually finding your videos. So use it. If you find that 90% of your audience is female and over the age of 50, you may not want to do a clothing haul for tomboys in their teens. Likewise, if 90% of your audience is from France and you live in South Africa, you might want to start to include subtitles or explanations for your South African slangs or terms that you're commonly using. I'm telling you, this data is gold and can be so useful in propelling your videos. Now, with all these tips in mind, sit down, draw up a strategy, and start mindfully building your channel and following. If you're still trying to decide which niche would be perfect for you, we have this super useful video that will help you make the best choice. So head over there next. Also, subscribe to this channel by Social Link to stay up to date with all the latest YouTube updates and tips for your success.